One Sunday in early autumn 1948, at a time when there were very few Jews living in Rye, Betty Walder, who was Jewish and then 7 years old, asked her parents if she could go to church with her friend Susan. Her parents explained that since they were Jewish and didn't belong to Susan's church, she couldn't attend. When Betty wanted to know what that meant and why she had no church, her parents knew there was a problem. And the rest, as they say, is history.
They were wonderful people. Their leadership here, in the main, was sensitive and aware and responsive and respectful and encouraging. That part was important. They were encouraging, and I loved it. Would I be a rabbi and do it all over again? Damn right. Would I serve this congregation as I was able to serve it all those many years, 31 years? Sure as shooting. No question about it.
I would hope that the synagogue changes with the times. I would hope that the synagogue's constantly changing, in that people need different things at different times in their lives, and people respond to different things at different times in their lives. So in order for us to do that, we have to be sort of on top of what is going on locally and in a broader way.
I would say that we've really grown as a community. The amount of members that we have who are now so actively participating in both our educational programs, our cultural programs, number of committees here. I think it's really been wonderful that you could say that we're offering something for everyone, but that's a little too common. But we're a very welcoming community here, and there's really a wonderful environment here, and we know that will continue.
Well, through hard work of our rabbis and the dedication and energy and loyalty of all our lay leadership, the opportunities have grown tremendously for learning, for praying, for socializing, for building community. It's here if you want it. I'm wonderfully amazed every time I get the monthly bulletin, every time I walk through the doors of this synagogue, how much activity is happening, what's going on, what opportunities there are. Of course, at the same time, just like any organization, any institution, as it grows, we have to keep in mind, what's our purpose? Why are we here? We have changed just as the Reform movement has changed. We are a Shabbat-oriented congregation, and I believe wholeheartedly that we are enriched every day by the beautiful, wide diversity of our membership.
We first arrived at Community Synagogue, there was somewhere close to 200 families, and it was small enough that whenever we needed something, we could go to those families. We didn't depend on the professionals to do anything for us at all. We had a rabbi, we had a cantor, we had no other professional staff except a bookkeeper. And so if we wanted something mimeographed, if we wanted something to happen here, if we wanted tables set up for an Oneg Shabbat, if we wanted to clean up after the Oneg Shabbat, we did it ourselves. And that was a wonderful feeling. That's how we got to know each other. We depended on each other to make this place go.
And each event that we had, when people joined together, you got a sense of camaraderie. If people were not here, you wondered why they weren't here, and you called them to find out. So that people cared about each other. Not that they don't care anymore. We certainly do. We have a HESED committee that is a caring community committee, but it's just a little different today. I miss that.
You get a good, warm feeling when someone you know feels good because you've done something with them and for them. And we just don't know enough people today, but that's natural. We age, new people come in, but it would be wonderful if we knew more people and could work with more people.
Well, my hope is to make Community Synagogue a frequently used gateway for Jewish living and learning. We have to encourage our membership to work on bringing to life the points that we've articulated in our beautiful vision statement, to do it actively, not just to leave it for others to take care of. And similarly, I think we have to take care of the congregation to make sure that it's here for our children and future generations in the same way that the founders 60 years ago did for us, and that gave us the benefit of this beautiful congregation. That's my hope.
Community Synagogue has been my family's home. When I walk into Community Synagogue, a feeling of peace envelops me. It's our place away from the chaos of the world, and I finally understand what it means to be part of a true community. It's wonderful.
I hope that we progress in this very positive way that we've been going lately. I think there were a few years, let's say in the 60s, in which it was going up and down, but I feel such a vibrancy and such a electricity in the building and in what's going on with the people who are at the leadership. I think Rabbi Groper is an incredible leader. He has vision, he's young, he pushes you, and he pushes you beyond your own self. He pushed me, that I think is the most important thing. And when I see these kids, you know, 12 o'clock you come in here and wow, there's life and there's the future. And I would hope that we would continue in this way for many, many years.
For me, the key word I think of concerning our relationship with Community Synagogue is accessible. When we had moved to Rye and were thinking of joining a synagogue, it was a very easy decision because the Reform Synagogue was a mile down the road. So from a convenience factor, this was the most accessible place for us to go. But once we walked in the doors, we found that that sense of comfort and access permeated the whole institution. For me, the deepening of my relationship began when I started to attend the Saturday morning Torah service and found that instead of a performance of a clergy member and a distant congregation, everybody was getting involved and grappling with how to make Judaism meaningful in the modern setting. And then, of course, so much of one's temple experience has to do with the people. And this is not a pretentious community. It's a very accessible, open, and welcoming community. And we have formed so many wonderful friendships over the years.
So to me, Community Synagogue really serves as the center of people's Jewish lives here in this area of Rye and Rye Brook, Mamaroneck, Harrison, Greenwich. It is also, to me, a place where people come together as community, where they find and actualize their Jewish selves and explore what it means to them to be Jewish. And also, Community Synagogue serves in so many ways as a place where people are able to find the connection not only into their deeper selves, but also find a connection to God as well in their lives.
From 60 individuals and 10 students in 1948 to almost 500 families, including a 300-student religious school and an award-winning nursery school in 2008, the 60 short years have seen remarkable growth and change. We look forward to the next 60 years together.
העיר אשר בדד יושבת ובליבה